Imagine cows living in luxury, grazing through endless green pastures, their ears twitching with calm while their minds are immersed in soothing virtual landscapes. In a growing number of dairy farms, cows wear virtual reality headsets that simulate lush fields, creating a stress-free environment designed to boost their mood and, in turn, their milk quality. And honestly, watching them soak in the digital serenity makes you wonder if they're living a better life than we are. It's a quirky yet surprisingly effective method because happier cows, as studies confirm, produce creamier, tastier milk. That milk, by the way, is collected using fully automated milking systems. Specialized suction tools gently attached to each cow, and fresh body-warm milk is channeled directly into sterile containers without any human hands involved. Once the cow is milked, the system automatically detaches and moves on, ensuring comfort, hygiene, and efficiency at every step. Now, let's talk about what that premium milk can become: rich, golden, French butter. Before the butter even arrives at the mixing table, it undergoes fermentation. This step, rooted in old-school French techniques, is crucial. Fermentation introduces cultured bacteria that deepen the flavor, giving French butter its complex. Once it's fermented, the butter reaches the kneading phase, but not on a modern steel conveyor. No. This happens on a wooden kneading station, just like it did 100 years ago. Using wooden paddles and tools, butter makers slowly knead the soft mass by hand, leaving behind a more concentrated, velvety product. At this stage, salt is added, but only just enough. French butter doesn't drown itself in salt like some commercial brands do. Instead, it uses it sparingly, enhancing the natural creaminess while also serving as a natural preservative. What you're left with is butter that hits the ideal fat content about 82%. That high fat percentage is no accident. It's what gives French butter its luxurious mouthfeel and golden color. Every bite spreads smoothly on toast, melts perfectly into a hot pan, and adds a silky richness to sauces, pastries, and fresh bread. It's not just food, it's a full experience. And just when you think the job is done, there's still the shaping to take care of. Butter is scooped out in generous chunks and molded into the classic rounded blocks or rolls that are iconic. 2 French culinary markets. During this phase, you might spot a seasoned butter master inspecting equipment in the quirkiest way, tapping, twisting, maybe even taste testing right there on the spot. That's how deeply personal this craft is. It's not about robots and rigid protocols, it's about tradition, touch, and trusting your senses. What seems like a simple slab of butter actually carries with it the echoes of time-tested methods. There's something special about watching real butter being crafted by hand. In France, this isn't just a culinary task, it's a tradition. French butter is shaped into smooth, elegant forms like round domes or neat rectangular blocks. Makes this extra charming is that many producers still rely on hand tools for shaping. This manual touch doesn't just give it an artisanal aesthetic, it plays a role in perfecting the butter's texture, allowing it to firm up beautifully and hold its shape. That balance of soft yet structured texture is a signature quality of true cultured French butter. But behind that smooth surface lies generations of skill. The techniques used in French butter making are deeply rooted in heritage, passed down through time with pride and precision. Many artisans still follow traditional methods, churning cream slowly, allowing natural cultures to develop rich, tangy notes and forming each batch with care. This isn't just food, it's craftsmanship. The result is a product that chefs around the world adore for its taste, quality, and performance in everything from delicate sauces to flaky croissants. And yes, it's incredibly fun to watch. Once formed, the butter balls are packed in airtight containers that preserve the freshness and flavor for as long as possible. So you get to enjoy that pure, creamy goodness long after it leaves the creamery. Meanwhile, These factories are part of a vast global seafood supply chain, with fish arriving from every ocean and region imaginable. After landing, the fish are quickly chilled and transported to facilities equipped with specialized machines for cutting, filleting, and deboning. It's a dance of precision. Each fish is handled with care to preserve texture and flavor while minimizing waste. Quality control teams are constantly checking for consistency, ensuring that the final product meets international standards before it's sent off to grocery stores and restaurants. It's a seamless operation that brings the oceans bounty to our tables with remarkable speed and safety. If you've ever dug into a bright, colorful salad bursting with crunchy veggies and zesty dressing, chances are you've enjoyed what's called a wet salad. These aren't your ordinary dry greens. Wet salads often include juicy ingredients like cucumbers, tomatoes, pickled vegetables, and even marinated beans, all tossed in dressings that soak into the produce and elevate every bite. The textures are crisp yet tender, and the flavors are bold, tangy, and refreshing. They're incredibly satisfying and have earned a place in both casual lunches and upscale dining alike, whether served cold as a side or eaten as a light meal. Ever tried those chunky ice popsicles with real fruit pieces inside? They're more than just childhood nostalgia. They're next-level frozen treats. The process of making these is both high-tech and mesmerizing. Giant molding sheets roll forward on conveyor belts, getting filled with flavored liquid and chunks of fruit before heading into powerful blast freezers. It's like a perfectly choreographed routine. Once frozen solid, these pops are dressed in colorful wrappers, carefully packed and ready to hit store shelves. The best part? It's mostly automated. Machines churn out thousands of popsicles a day, while trained technicians monitor quality every step of the way. It's the kind of process you can't stop watching, and once you've tasted one, you'll want more in your freezer at all times. And what about breakfast on the go? Cereal bars have taken the world by storm, and they're more than just a quick fix. Today's cereal bars come in a variety of flavors and ingredients. Think oats, coney, nuts, berries, and even chocolate drizzle. Whether you're running late for work or packing your kid's lunchbox, these bars are a lifesaver. They're versatile too. Some folks crumble them over yogurt, mix them into smoothies, or chop them into baked desserts for added crunch and flavor. Cereal bars have become the bridge between convenience and nutrition, and with healthier options hitting the market, they're more popular than ever with busy families and fitness enthusiasts alike. From breakfast bars to bakery treats, there's something oddly satisfying about watching food come together in big commercial kitchens. You know that feeling when you see croissants lined up perfectly on a tray, or when cookies roll out in uniform rows from an industrial oven. It's not just about the food, it's about the process. It's that moment you take your first bite of a flaky pastry or a warm muffin, you're tasting the result of meticulous design, smart machines, and people who genuinely care about getting it right. That's why these factory process videos are so addictive. Even if you're not craving what you see, it's hard to look away. There's a rhythm to it. It's a soothing sense of order that makes watching a tray of cupcakes being frosted oddly therapeutic. That's what keeps us hooked, this beautiful combination of precision, tradition, and flavor. Whether it's artisanal, butter, skillfully deboned fish, crispy ice pops, or melts-your-mouth cereal bars. From egg collection to the moment that perfectly rolled omelet lands in its packaging, this process is a fascinating look at how technology is changing breakfast forever. The journey begins with the chickens, which are raised in ultra-clean, climate-controlled facilities. These farms are designed with optimization in mind. Food is provided on an upper level, while the lower areas feature specially designed systems that gently transport the eggs onto conveyor belts. It's a completely hands-off process that ensures the eggs never get contaminated or damaged during collection. Once collected, the eggs begin a transformation that used to be slow and labor-intensive. Now, robotic arms fitted with soft touch sensors and smart grips handle the eggs delicately but efficiently, storing them for the next steps with an accuracy the human hand can't match. Each egg is washed using high-pressure water jets to remove any dirt or residue, ensuring complete cleanliness. After washing, the eggs are inspected by automated systems for cracks or deformities. Quality control at this stage is criticalized what guarantees the fresh, rich flavor of the final omelet. The next step involves one of the most mesmerizing parts of the process: egg separation. Robotic machines crack the eggs open with pinpoint precision, separating yolks from whites in a continuous stream. The separation is so clean that no shell fragments sneak into the mix, and every drop of usable egg is captured. In large-scale production, this kind of accuracy is vital to maintaining the right flavor and texture balance. Once separated and inspected, the eggs are poured into whisking chambers, where they are beaten until smooth and fluffy. The liquid egg is then funneled through automated nozzles that dispense just the right amount into cooking molds. A tiny amount of oil is applied beforehand, not too much to make it greasy, but just enough to prevent sticking. Watching this part is like watching a ballet of precision. Oil droplets fall, batter fills the tray, bubbles rise, and in moments, a golden yellow omelet begins to set. And just as it's about to finish cooking, heated rollers step in to fold the omelet into the familiar rolled shape. The timing is so perfect that the omelets don't stick or tear, they roll out looking flawless every single time. Once fully cooked, the omelet rolls are gently lifted by robotic arms and placed onto cooling belts. These belts not only cool the omelets for packaging, but also give each piece a chance to settle into its final shape. Watching this part of the factory in action is oddly satisfying, like a breakfast-themed symphony of moving parts working in perfect harmony. These machines are capable of producing well over 1,000 omelets a day, and they rarely stop. With such speed and consistency, it's easy to forget just how much innovation lies behind your quick morning meal. And the breakfast doesn't stop at omelets. At the same facility, another batch of freshly collected eggs heads down a separate,